What's happening, everyone? I'm Jordan, and this is Front Run Tech. And is gold in some trouble here? Is gold finally topped for the time being, looking to possibly correct and consolidate here for a while? And could that mean that it's Bitcoin's time to shine now? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the markets and see what type of signal we can see about that. We'll go ahead and start here with Bitcoin like usual. This is the Bitcoin 8-hour chart, and Bitcoin coming off that short-term breakout, the retest, it was able to extend upwards. Now it's kind of consolidating after this strong move upwards. What I do like here is that Bitcoin was able to break above this horizontal level where a lot of action has happened. And after breaking that level, it has been pulling back into a retest of that level. It has been holding it as support while it consolidates right above it. And that is a good sign to see so far, right? Still holding that level. So would like to see the next impulse up here soon. Don't want to see Bitcoin fall back below this level, of course. If that were to happen, then we could be looking at a further move down and just continued consolidation. But if Bitcoin can hold above this level, then it would be looking to make a run at the top of this channel and potentially break out to new all-time highs. All right. So Bitcoin had a very good week and it continues to look good right now so long as it is holding above this horizontal level. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at gold because we've had a very important update here with gold. So this is the gold 8-hour chart, and gold did officially break down from this main ascending trend line right here that it has been testing and holding over and over since, let's say, since around, well, since the beginning of the year, January 1st. All right. So all year, this has been the trend line that the gold has respected. The pullbacks have come right into this trend line, and that's where gold has bounced, found itself, and went on to new all-time highs. And now gold is finally breaking down from that trend line, which we were on the lookout for this potentially happening as soon as the breakout of this descending parallel channel right here, as soon as it was not able to send it into another impulse up in a new all-time high, and then it got that first breakout of the first trend line. That was our signal that this breakout doesn't have the type of momentum that it should. And then we started looking at the horizontal level. Then when that broke down, we said we need to watch for a test of this trend line. And now gold has not been able to hold that trend line. We have the breakdown. So what this is telling us probably is that some type of further, longer, more drawn out correction consolidation phase is likely coming for gold. Obviously, anything can happen, but that's the type of signal that this sends at the moment. Um, Now, if gold starting off this next week were to quickly rise back above that trend line, then we look at that as a fake out and really a hold. All right, but so long as it's going to be retesting this breakdown and then continuing further, we'll be watching this horizontal level here right around 32.25 to 32.40 or so as the next level of support for gold, and we'll just take it from there if it goes down there and see what happens. All right. Um, Now let's go ahead and look at, this is the gold Bitcoin chart. Sorry, we want to look at the gold Bitcoin chart here on the weekly time frame. And this chart looks extremely bearish. It has been kind of holding on to dear life, not setting a new low yet. But of course, we're looking at this descending triangle right here, which is a bearish pattern, and kind of this floor down here is just ready to give. And when this happens, it's probably going to be pretty violent. Again, this is the gold Bitcoin chart. So this is gold priced in Bitcoin. When this chart is going down, Bitcoin is appreciating against gold. All right. We recently had that period. This is the weekly chart. So we recently had that, 2 or 3 month period where gold was really rallying against Bitcoin, and all of the gold people and the gold bugs were talking about, well, they were talking about a breakout they had saw that had occurred up here. Now, if you were following Front Run Tech over on X, then you would have seen that we were posting that no breakout occurred while everybody was talking about a breakout, and we were posting this trend line saying that this trend line was the line in the sand, and that if gold was able to break above that trend line, that would be the meaningful breakout. And of course, what ended up happening was that gold ran right perfectly into that trend line and rejected hard, and is still rejecting hard off of that trend line. All right. So again, if you're not following Front Run Tech over there on X, make sure to go over there and follow on X, because that's where we post a lot of real-time stuff, okay, in between making videos. And you can find the links for the socials of Front Run Tech in the description of this video. So anyways, this chart looks like gold hanging on by a thread, ready to give out this floor at some point, and at that time it will be a glorious move for Bitcoin. So this is why I'm saying gold could be in some trouble. Is this Bitcoin's time to shine coming up? And also, just with gold kind of ready to pull back and consolidate, that's a signal that the markets are ready for more of a risk on time in the markets, and that's obviously going to benefit Bitcoin as well. And this is why you also see the stock market making new all-time highs. So let's take a look at the stock market real quick. Go ahead and look at, this is the S&P 500 on the daily chart, and it has now shot back up into price discovery, setting a new all-time high. Again, this move has been relentless, a true V-shaped recovery off the tariff crisis low, and this breakout with the retest was the first signal that we're probably going to be V-shaping here. And ever since getting back above this horizontal level, even with the pullbacks, we have been saying here that we're focused on potential new all-time highs, and we are focused on the stock market attacking this all-time high and taking it out, so long as you see the S&P above this horizontal level right here. And it did remain above there even on this test here, and now, just like we were expecting to probably happen, the S&P is now back into price discovery. We can take a look at the NASDAQ. It's going to be roughly the same type of look. Again, NASDAQ shooting into price discovery here. The hold on this trend line after finally being able to get back above this trend line. The hold here was the signal, boom, ready to take off. Again, we were saying this horizontal level, just like the S&P. As soon as the NASDAQ's back above this horizontal level, we're focused on the new all-time high, not lower, okay? And again, that would have flipped if this horizontal level would have gotten taken out, and if the NASDAQ would have gotten back below this level, then we flip and start looking at the low. All right, this is not too complicated. So that's what's going on with the stock market. Bitcoin looks bullish. It looks like more of a risk-on period, starting with the way gold is behaving. Let's go ahead and take a look at the DXY. This is the DXY on the 8-hour chart. Again, we were talking about the DXY, how it failed on this breakout attempt and fell back below the trend line. These tend to be reversals, strong reversals, and that is what has happened. It went on to take out the local low, and then it went on to now break below this important horizontal level, and it's now consolidating and retesting that horizontal level as resistance. So the DXY just continues its bearish price action, and it continues to just play the levels. And if we zoom out here, you can see this is where that horizontal level is coming from. So it is a pretty big level, and the loss and confirmation of the loss of this level could lead to, somewhere between a 95 to 90 94.50 possible price on the DXY. So this obviously continues to be good for risk assets as well. So um let's go ahead and take a look at oil, because we do have to look at oil because of the huge move that happened here. This was because of the Iran war stuff. And the funny thing about this is, even with this huge move on a somewhat black swan event, you could see that all oil did was shoot up to the main descending trend line here and get rejected, stay within that larger downtrend, and now it has now broken back below this important horizontal level through here, and now you can see it bearish continuation pattern as it now um, makes this level into resistance once again. All right, so oil's just continuing in the overall larger downtrend, and we will see what happens with oil. Last thing that we want to look at here, because it is Sunday evening, is let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Now, this just looks extremely bullish. What we got here was we got the breakdown last week of this horizontal level testing those previous highs. But this week, look at this massive green candle getting well back above this horizontal level. It's larger than the entire size of the body of the previous red candle, and this looks like a liquidity grab type thing, and basically a hold with a liquidity grab, and this just looks very bullish for now. All right, so again, here on the weekly chart, if we can get Bitcoin to break this purple trend line, which is the neckline for this huge inverse head and shoulders, we're going to be cooking with some gas here on the weekly chart. All right, so Bitcoin continues to look extremely bullish, even more bullish now on the weekly chart, and hopefully we can get back into price discovery here soon. All right, guys, so um, that'll do it for this video. If you guys like the video, go ahead and give the video a like and subscribe. If you guys are interested in a video on the Bitcoin 4-year cycles, that'll be the video that popped up for you. And if you're not following Front Run Tech on the socials, go follow Front Run Tech on X, Instagram, and Nostr. All those links will be in the video description. All right. Until next time. See you guys.